So, how good do you think your English grammar is? Are you just getting started, or do you think you're a grammar genius? Well, you are if you know the 10 advanced English grammar rules I'm going to share in this video. And there's a free grammar guide that goes with this lesson. It's all in the description below. You don't have to email me to get it. Number 10 is let alone. It's pronounced like this, let alone. This means you introduce something which is less likely to be true than the first thing. Imagine you go to a theatre, but the owner of the theatre asks you this: why don't you sing a song on stage? How would you feel if that actually happened? Would you say, yes, please, or would you be scared? Most people will probably be scared, and they'd say this: I'm too scared to speak on stage, let alone sing. So here, let alone sing refers to the even more unlikely thing. You're unlikely to speak on stage because you're scared. So it's even more unlikely that you would sing on stage too. I'm too scared to speak on stage, let alone sing. Number 9 is modal with have you. And in this use, the pronunciation is not weakened. It's have you. And this means when someone arranges for you to be in a situation. Like this, you turn up at work and on your first day you see a pot of paint. You think it's for you, so you ask the person in charge, would you like me to paint the walls? And they reply, yes, but we might have you working on other jobs too. And this means we might arrange for you to do other jobs as well. 8 is failing that. It's pronounced like this, failing that. This means if that doesn't work. Look at this example. Have you ever been in a situation where your keys don't work for a door? It's so frustrating, isn't it? And that's the situation that this person is in. Usually they use the orange key to open this door. But today they say this: the orange key isn't working. Their friend makes this suggestion: try the red key. Failing that, call a locksmith. So here, failing that introduces what to do if that doesn't work. Try the red key. If that doesn't work, call a locksmith. Now, a locksmith is someone who is an expert on keys and locks. So failing that, if that doesn't work, and we use it in a similar way to a conjunction like otherwise. You could say this: otherwise, call a locksmith. But failing that has this special meaning if that doesn't work. 7 is can't be doing with. It's pronounced like this: can't be doing with. Although in fast English, you might drop the T at the end of can't, and it'd be more like this: can't be doing with. And use this when you don't want to deal with something. Have you ever gone onto a website and tried to buy something and told afterwards you need to read the terms and conditions? It can be quite frustrating because they're often very long. Sometimes I don't want to do it. So if someone says to me, you have to read the terms and conditions, sometimes I might answer, I can't be doing with that. I don't want to do it now. It will take me too much time, too much effort. I'd rather do something else. I can't be doing with that. 6 is so as not to. Notice in the pronunciation that in fast English, as and to become weakened, so as not to. And we use this to mean the following: in order for something not to happen. This lady is speaking quietly. Why are you speaking so quietly? I'm speaking quietly so as not to disturb anyone. So here's so as not to means in order for this not to happen. I don't want to disturb anyone, and in order for that not to happen, I'm speaking quietly. 5 is needs must. It's pronounced like this, needs must. Use this to mean the following. I'm doing this to fulfill basic living needs. Have you ever been in a situation where you look at your wallet and there's nothing in it? No money, no cards. You don't have any money to use for your living needs. What often happens then? You need to work more. And if you do that, someone might ask you, why are you working so late? And you'll have to answer like this. I don't want to, but needs must. Needs must. I'm doing this to fulfill basic living needs. What's really interesting about needs must is it's a complete clause. Needs takes the subject and must works like the verb. And you don't have to add anything else except perhaps a preposition phrase. Needs must in this particular circumstance. But it works complete on its own and doesn't need anything else to be a clause. Number 4 is money is often singular, unless you mean the individual pieces of money. Here are 3 coins, 3 cents. There doesn't seem to be anything special about them. As this boy says, 3 cents isn't much money. But to someone else, the coins may have something special about them. This girl says, these 3 cents have different pictures on them. Notice the difference in the grammar here. 3 cents isn't, these 3 cents have. When we consider the money to be one group of money, we use the singular verb form. 3 cents isn't. So 3 cents here is considered to be a group of money that we all put together in one pot. There's 3 cents, but actually this is all the money together. So we consider it singular. But the verb have is the plural verb here. He or she or it has would be singular, but they have. And notice we say here, these 3 cents have different pictures on them. What's different here? Here we are focusing on each individual piece of money. They are all different. We're focusing not on 3 cents as a whole, but how they are individual. And therefore, we use the plural. When we're not focusing on the money as a group, as a whole, but we're focusing on them as individual items that you can see or feel, then we use the plural form of the verb. 3 is were she, or were he, or were it. The pronunciation here is like as follows. Were she. Notice the 2 dots at the end of the vowels mean that the vowels are slightly longer. Were she. And this is simply the inverted form of if she were. This girl has kicked a ball over the fence. She can't climb the fence to get the ball back. So when someone says, why doesn't she climb the fence? The answer could be, were she able, she would climb it. This really means if she were able. It has exactly the same meaning. Were she able? If she were able. Number 2 is where are you at? Pronounced as follows. Where are you at? But are will probably be weakened in fast English to the schwa. Where are you at? This means at what point in the process are you currently? Let's go through an example to see in more detail what this means. Imagine someone is preparing for an exam. They need to read this book, then another book, then another book. They might have a plan to do this first, this second, this third. So if someone says, "Where are you at with your exam preparations?" they might reply, "I've revised the first topic, now I need to revise the second." And where are you at means at what point in the process are you currently? Are you on the first book? Are you on the second book? Are you on the third book? I'm interested in the point in the process that you are currently in. Where are you at? And number one is looking forward to, followed by a verb with ing. Now, this breaks the rule where to needs to be followed by an infinitive. But after looking forward to, we don't do that. We use the ing form of the verb. Have a look at this. Let's imagine that someone famous is coming to your town or your college or your school. Someone tells you, "An actress is coming to our school next week." And you reply, "I'm looking forward to meeting her." Not looking forward to meet her, but looking forward to meet with the ing after. I'm looking forward to meeting her. It's an exception to the rule. So, did you know all 10 grammar points? If so, then your English is probably at a C1 or C2 level. You can call yourself a grammar genius.